welcome to Real Talk Tuesday. How are you guys doing? Hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. I am streaming from all four platforms. How you doing? My name is Matthew Zendik. Welcome to Real Talk Tuesday. If you're joining me for the first time, you know what to do. Go in the comment and say, hello, Maddie. What's up? How you doing? And just let me know where you're watching this from. And let's get this party started. Okay, so I am just going to go on Facebook and just check out what you guys got for me today. Just to let you know, we are talking about inspiration. What do you have to give? What do you have to bring to an audience to inspire them? And that's a really, really important topic. So let's get in there. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Let me just go on my Facebook because I can't find my Facebook. Oh my goodness. So if you're watching me for the first time, let me know where you are watching this from. Let me know if you are from London, wherever you are. Give me a shout out. Give me a little hi. Give me a little how you doing. Give me a little buzz. I'd love to know who you are and where you are watching this from. So give me 1 second. There we are. Perfect. Let me just get into this thing. So, if you're just wondering where I'm watching, I have two cameras going on here. I have one right in front of me, and I have one to my side, which is Instagram. So, if you're wondering, I'm still here. I'm just like I'm multitasking. I'm multitasking today, guys. I'm multitasking. So, first thing I want to ask you first is, what have been your positive for the week? Give me, what's been happening with you. I'd love to know. This week, I had a knee injury. Just to let you know, I had a knee injury from overdoing my exercise. And literally, as I was trying to figure out why my knee kept swelling, I thought to myself, okay, I need to figure out what I need to do. And I just literally went online and found some different types of remedies and different types of stretching exercises. And you know what? The thing is, all I needed was to learn to balance a little bit more. Like, when you stand on one feet, right? Do you know what I mean? How silly was that? That was literally the thing that helped my knee to actually go down, because the swelling was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I couldn't do anything, guys. So, I was kind of like wondering, like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to me? So if you're watching this with me for the first time, let me know who you are. Let me know where you are watching this from. Today, we are talking about inspiration and what do you need? Do you have what it takes? Do you have what you need to be inspired? Do you have what it takes to inspire an audience? And what do you need to do to create inspiration in other people? Because I think about this all the time. One thing I realize is, I remember watching a video by, I think it was Jay Shetty. He was saying that the only way for people to really connect with your audience and to connect with your videos is really by having a video that connects emotionally and that makes people want to take action. So we're going to talk about the difference between, I'm going to talk a little bit about the difference between inspiration and motivation. But I want to kind of give you kind of some of the comments that I had all throughout the day today. You guys gave me some really, really good feedback. So I'm going to read some of the stuff that you guys put up on my Instagram post. And I think it was really interesting. And I know that some of you have different perspective when it comes to inspiration and motivation. But why do we need it? Okay, we need inspiration because inspiration comes from the inside. Inspiration is the emotion part of us, the inner part of us. Inspiration is that part of us that's the instigator, that part that's the mental, the stimulation, and everything inside. Motivation is the part that talks about the action. It's really the motion that gets you doing things. So I want to ask you one quick thing, okay? How you doing over here, my lovely? How you doing? I want to ask you one quick question. Give me three names of people that have inspired you to do anything in life, whether it was work, whether it was to write a book, whether it was to start a channel. Give me three names of three people that's ever inspired you. I'd love to know. Put it in the comments so I can see it, and then I'm gonna get back to you in a second. So put it down in the comments. But I want to read some of this really interesting um, interesting feedback that you guys have commented on. So I posted today, what inspiration or motivation, which one would you use to change someone's life? So some of the comments I had was, I would continually inspire people and urge them to do something with themselves, even though I love motivating. Yeah. So that's an amazing comment from Edwina. I got another one here from Bright from Buck Motivate. It's got to be inspired long term because it's a long term impact. Motivation is just like putting jump cables on dead battery, short term boost. So I'd love to know, what do you think? Is inspiration more important than motivation, or do they work hand in hand? I personally think they work hand in hand. I've got here, Behet says, inspire. I personally believe that motivation is something that you have to find within yourself based on your why. We can only inspire others with hopes that the inspiration will motivate them. Now, this is different from everyone. Some people believe that motivation is everything because motivation is action, and inspiration is kind of like just flowers, ideas. So it doesn't really do anything. But as I said before, I want to know from you, which are the three people that has ever inspired you to do anything? For me, one of my biggest inspirers, or someone that's always inspired me to speak, would be the most obvious one, Oprah Winfrey. The second person that inspired me was my mom. And I would say like the third person that's inspired me were people like Basama St. John, who is an amazing powerhouse. She is an influencer. She used to work with, I believe she used to work for Uber as a CFO, and she's now working for Netflix. So she has a really big influence, and she's a great leader as a woman. She's someone that really has inspired what I do and what I want to continue doing with people. So I want to know from you. Put it in the comment below. Let me know who has inspired you, who has been there, who has made you want to do certain things. Another person that has inspired me, I'll add it as a fourth person, was a lady called Marie Folio. I don't know if you guys are big in the business world, or if you watch some of those business YouTube videos, like you got Gary V. Anyone watch Gary Vaynerchuk? Let me know in the comments. You got Gary V. You got all sorts of people, and you have Marie Folio. Now, when I first started my business, when I first started working for myself, I never actually thought that I could do videos. I didn't actually think that videos could be an actual thing. I kind of thought that, it would be one of these things that, it would work for other people, but it wouldn't work for me. And when I saw Marie Folio, she was vibrant, she was active, she was alive, and she provided this kind of energy that I totally wanted to be connected to. And that's why I decided that, you know what? I want to do videos the same way. I want to be myself. I want to inspire people. I want to bring action, energy, so that people can actually interact in what I do. Okay, so that's one thing about inspiration. So one thing I want to share and read for you that I saw, that I was reading about today about inspiration, is that there's a big difference between what you do and how you are triggered to do certain things. So we are inspired and we're triggered by watching the things that we watch. We are triggered and inspired by the things that we hear, and some of those inspiration come in all sorts, by the things that we read, by the things that we see. So sight is really important, and you have to realize that when you are trying to create videos and content that's going to inspire people, you've got to connect with the senses. You've got to connect with the feelings. You've got to connect with bringing some people learning. You've got to connect with bringing people ideas. How you doing, Mrs. Ursula? How you doing from Instagram? You've got to connect with how they are able to connect with you, whether it's face to face, because the idea of being able to engage, it's so powerful. Powerful. So you've got to really learn to connect. As I said before, I watched this video by Jay Shetty, and he was literally saying the way that you grow your video, your YouTube channel, and the connection that you have with the audience is by really connecting through the senses. So you've got to make people feel something on the inside. If your videos are not doing this, if your workshop, your webinars are not doing this, people won't remember you. People won't connect with you. So we've got to connect with the things from the inside. So I'd love to know from you. Let me know in the comment, as I said before, give me 3 names of 3 people that has ever inspired you in any possible way. Yeah. So let me tell you what inspiration does. Inspiration can do 2 things. It can help you change a job. Okay. It can help you change your whole entire life. It can help you in the most difficult time in your life. So as to now, a lot of people are very, are consuming a lot of inspirational content because they need to get out of this rut. They need to get out of this mindset. They need to get out of this kind of lifestyle, which, maybe making them feel as though this current pandemic and this current climate that we're going through is impossible to overcome. So you have to be ready to be able to connect with your audience in that way. And you have to realize that there are benefits. So how do you inspire people? Okay. How do you inspire people? So first, listen, you've got to understand who you're talking to. Yeah, you've got to understand your audience. You've got to know who they are. You've got to really prepare yourself. You got to do the research. Are you with me? Are you with me in here? Are you with me? If you are here with me, say, yes, I am with you, Maddie. If you're with me over here on Instagram, say, yes, I am with you, Maddie. So you have to do the research. You have to be able to know who you're talking to, understand who they are, and understand what you can bring to them. Learn to solve the problems that they are asking you. See, you can't inspire people if you're not bringing a solution or some kind of problems. Most people are watching because they want a solution. Most people are going to click on your video or show up at your event because they want something. They want something from you. Hey, African fashion guy, how you doing? Hello. Streaming from everywhere. Yes. How you doing? How you doing, Carla? Hey, it's my girl here from all the way from Gambia. It is so good to see you, my love. Kisses to you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It's so good to see you. So let me know in the comment 3 people that have inspired you. 3 people. 3 people that has ever inspired you, whether it's work, life, business, love, anything. Write it down in the comments so I can see it. So as I said before, you've got to connect with your audience. As I said, research your audience. You've got to understand who they are. If you don't know who your audience is, if you don't understand the problem, you're never going to be able to connect them. I know that the people that I work with are people that are shy or introverted or people that have a lot of things to say. They are overthinkers, but they don't necessarily know how to put them into practice or into words. And those are the people that I work with. Now, my audience are people that they don't just want to create videos because they're shy. They don't just want to learn how to create videos, but they want to make videos that is going to make a lasting impression. Yeah. If you're with me in the lasting impression, say, yes, Maddie, I am with you. Those are the people that I work with. So the next thing I want you to understand about inspiration, about using inspiration to really trigger and connect with your audience, is that inspiration is not just a fluffy thing. It's not just an idea. It is something that's going to enable you to create trust. Okay? It's going to create trust. And I'll tell you what, it's going to create trust. But if you agree with me, say trust in the comments. Trust in the comment. Put it down. Okay. As I was saying, you've got to create trust. And the only way that you're going to create trust is by showing up so that people can know who you are. Yeah, people will know you, people will show up, but they have to learn to trust you. If you want people to take action, which is the next bit, which is the motivational part, you've got to build this kind of trust. You've got to build this feeling with your audience. You know what I'm saying? You agree with me? You know what I mean? You've got to create that trust, because only until you create that trust, then that people will actually come back and see you. So let me clarify something about inspiration and motivation. Inspiration is the internal stimulation or the emotion, but motivation is the action that follows. Okay, it is the persistence. It's not just any kind of action. It is premeditated. It is, it is planned action. Yeah. So I know that when I was younger and I wanted to, I was inspired by, all the Oprah Winfrey's and, all the people that I saw out there that, really made me want to do something. I had to take a step. So the motivation came from the inspiration. So you've got to realize that, yes, inspiration is one bit done. You've got to make it work together. So you got to find a way to do that. As we said, trust, knowing your audience. And the next thing I want you guys to know is when you are knowing the audience, but show them that you care, show them that you're present. Remember certain things about your audience, connect in that kind of way. Yeah. So important when it comes to inspiring your audience. The thing I want you guys to remember the most, if you remember this, is that you're going to create trust as you continue to show up, as you continue to share things about yourself, because that's going to create trust. Share things about yourself because people a different side of you. It's going to give people that emotion. Yeah. So another thing about inspiration, we show inspiration by sharing our weaknesses and our strengths. And we do this all the time here, yeah? We do this every Tuesday. I come out here and I open my heart up to you guys. Usually I don't plan it, but I do, I open up my heart. I show that vulnerable side of me, because guess what? It's a human connection. It is not just the screen. It is a human connection. So I want you to put down in the comments one advert or one something that you watched on TV or on YouTube that gave you a connection and it made you think, wow, I got to watch this again. Okay, put it down in the comment. Let me see what it is. Put it down in the comments. So I remember when I was a kid, there was a don't laugh, okay? Don't laugh, guys. Don't laugh. This is serious, okay? There was a McDonald's advert. I'm putting my hand up, guys. I don't eat McDonald's anymore, but there was this McDonald's advert, okay? Do you want me to sing it? I'm gonna try. It had Ronald, and it was it's nothing quite like a McDonald's. That's the British. And that advert, I would play this advert all the time. I remember it was the 90s. It was literally one of those times where, it was a thing. It was a thing. Watch adverts on replay was watching YouTube videos on replay. And it just made me happy. Okay. It made me happy. Brought something out in me that I really wasn't planning. So, you've got to think of it this way. If an advert can have that much impact on people, if it can show people or connect with people on those kind of levels, what could you do in your videos that's going to really impact people in a different way? Yeah. um, Carla says, how long ago was that, Massey? My goodness, that was the 90s. Listen, do you remember that? Because me and Carla go way back. Me and Carla go way back. Do you not remember this advert? There's nothing quite like a McDonald's. Don't make me sing it again, guys. Don't make it sing. Don't make me sing it again. I won't sing it. I won't sing it. Yeah, it was the 90s. Um, so I really remembered and connected that advert. It was the end of school, and I knew that it was time to go home. And it was an advert that usually it came like, so we would come out of school and we were walking home, and we were either going straight home because I was like early teens, okay? You guys know how old I am. If you know me, if you come here every day, you do. But I was in my early teens, literally entered the teens. So I would when I would get home and put my bags down, the first thing I would hear after all these different cartoons was the advert. And that's the advert that made me connect and made me realize it was home time, it was fun time, it was time to have a break. So you've got to have that same impact. When people watch your videos, when people come to your conferences, when people show up at your workshops, at any place where you are using a stage or a camera, they've got to have that feeling that I'm inspired to show up again tomorrow. I'm inspired to show up next week at this time at 7 p.m. because I know I'm going to have, that emotion. I'm going to have love. I'm going to have positive vibes. You've got to bring that. So the next thing I want to say about inspiration, I can see Carla is laughing at me. LOL. And the next thing I wanted to talk about in inspiration is bring a form of, bring stories, bring um, real stories that are connected to your life. Bringing real stories that are connected to you is everything. The reason why I know that when I started sharing videos online, that people really connected with me was I was always sharing stories. And even when I'm delivering a workshop, I'm not kidding. I'm always sharing stories. I have, hundreds of students who have taught, in England, in France, people I'm working with in Greece, in different parts of the world. And they can tell you that anytime I would show up at a workshop, I would bring stories. I would bring the energy. I would bring the laughs. I would bring the fun. I would bring the emotion, the realness. And that's what people were really connected to. Okay. So let me know in the comment. Let me know in the comment. If you had the choice between inspiring and motivating someone, which one would you choose? Would you inspire most? Would you motivate the most? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to answer some of your questions nearer to the end, but let me know in the comments as we go along. And I'm going to check if you have any other questions. Let me just see. All right. So here is a question. I love that. I am a natural enabler. And that comment comes from, let me see, Alexandra. Thank you, Alexandra. I love that. You're a natural enabler and motivator. I love that. I love that. I truly love that. So let me answer this question. How do you keep feeling motivated even when you don't? How do you bring the motivation even when you don't? So as I said before, inspiration is the inner stimulation, but it is something that sticks with you. It has to be powerful enough. And to be powerful enough, you, my friend, you need a reason. You need a reason to do what you are doing. Okay? So if you don't have a reason, the motivation is not going to last. It's not going to last. It's going to be very, very short lived. Now, a lot of people say that, motivation is more impactful because it's action, but motivation can also be a short span. It could be a very short boost, and then you need more motivation again. But with the inspiration, you have something that's internal. You have something that is connected to you. So those two are going to work together. How you doing, Jordan? Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you guys. So the way we increase and we allow our motivation to last longer, especially when we are trying to grow a channel, a YouTube channel, or we're trying to grow an event online using videos or build an audience using videos. The way we do this is we have to plan. We have to have a bigger vision first of why we're creating. So I don't know if you already have a vision, and I'd love to know what your vision is. And if you have it, put it down in the comments so I can see. But for me, the vision was when I first started entrepreneurship. Let me put this down a minute. Yeah. My first why was that I wanted to be a bigger influencer than my parents. So some of you know my story that I started my business after my parent passed away. I lost my job. My dad had cancer. I lost both my parents in a period of three years, and literally that motivated me. And I'm sorry, like, it sounds pretty morbid. Death motivated you. It had an effect on me. It it inspired, some of it inspired me, but some of it motivated me, because I already had the vision to share, to write a book, to become an author, to be a speaker, but I didn't have a reason. I didn't have a genuine reason. So when that happened, I took my decision, and I've said to myself, look, I'm either gonna sit here and cry a little bit more and feel sorry for myself because right now I've lost the things that are so dear to me, or I'm going to take some action and make this thing happen because right now I've got nothing else to lose. So my motivation was that I had nothing else to lose, but the inspiration came from my parents, because I remembered that when I was at the funeral, so many people kept saying, your dad, your mom and your dad sent me to school. Your mom and dad did this for me, and your mom and dad did this for me, and your parents did this for me. And that really started to make me think. That really started to make me think in terms of, if I was to die tomorrow, if I was to die today, what kind of legacy would I leave? What kind of influence would I leave? Because my parents left some big, big footsteps, some big footprints for me to fill up. And, I looked at it and I thought to myself, you know what? Yeah, I want to leave the legacy, a similar legacy, if not bigger than what my parent had. And that was the inspiration. That was, the death was the trigger, but the inspiration really was like, it came from that. It came from knowing that, all of these people, how you doing, Jasmine? All of these people were, had left some kind of influence. So that was my inspiration. So I want you guys to start thinking, and I will be talking this whole month. I'm going to talk about inspiration, how to make your videos more inspirational, what you could do. But really, really important. Okay, I'm shaking up a little bit, but your why is so important. Your why is going to keep you through, because there were days when, I couldn't and I didn't want to show up, but every time I thought about my parents, I worked harder. Every time I thought about how much it pained me for them not to see my success, I worked 10 times harder. And sometimes your why and your motivation is going to change, and your why might slightly change as well, because you're growing, and that's okay. But you've got to be conscious of that. You've got to be conscious of that transition. You've got to be conscious of that change, okay? Because if you're not conscious of the change, then it's going to be difficult to continue to move. So as I am, as I'm navigating through this period of time, through, knowing that, okay, if I don't do this, if I don't, show up online, then I'm not going to get any clients. If I don't do this, then I'm not going to do that. And what kind of example would I leave for my parents? What kind of example or legacy would I leave for other people? It just motivated me. So I started to put things into plan. I started to, learn the things that successful people did. I started to get connected with other successful people, because that's what you do. Okay. So how do we stay motivated? The first thing is, you've got to start your why. You've got to start knowing what your why is. And if you agree with me, say, yes, Maddie, I agree with you. Yes, Instagram people, say, I agree with you, Maddie. How you doing over there? Yes, Facebook, YouTube people, say, I agree with you, Maddie, over here. But yes, you've got to know your why. Then you've got to plan. This is where the motivation comes into play, because motivation is all about action and persistency. Okay, you've got to plan. You've got to know when you're going to post, when you're going to create, what you're going to create about. Yeah, you've got to plan all of these things, because that long lasting thing, this thing is long lasting. Inspiration allows you to stay put on the long journey. You've got to see it that way. Inspiration allows you to stay put on the long journey. If you agree with me, give me a little heart, give me a little thumbs up. Inspiration allows you to stay put. Motivation gives you that vroom, 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 takes you action. Actually, it's the other way around. So, yes, make sure that you start to study and learn the routines that you need. You're going to need a plan. You're going to need a routine. You're going to need to go through a motion, a regular motion. You're going to have to practice. You're going to have to practice the message that you want to share with people, how your video come out. You're going to have to practice editing your videos. You're going to have to practice how you deliver on during your webinars and your Zoom workshops. You're going to have to practice. All of these things are extremely important. Guess what? At one point, we all kind of lag behind. We all kind of get tired. Yeah. But if we still know what the why is, if we still have the routine and the plan, we're on the road. Yeah. So yes, let me check what you said. Yasmin says, yes, how you doing? Ray said, hello. Yes. So yes, Carla says, Matty motivated me to write a book, Powerful Woman. Oh my goodness, look at that. I've inspired someone over here. Remini says, I started the same way, the loss of both my parents, and begun to make me think the same way. My parents were big in the community. That's amazing. What do we have here? Routine is tough. Yes, Carla, routine is tough. Routine is not easy, guys. Routine is not easy. But let's look at it on a long run. Creating and creating better videos, inspiring people is a marathon. Okay. Success. There's no overnight success. I started creating videos like back in 2011, and I was really bad at it. I had zero plan. I was doing everything the wrong way. And this is why today I train others to do it the right way. I train, people who have so many things in their mind to, I work with my mastermind members, and I really kind of sit down and say to them, look, you have a plan, you have a goal this month, this is how we're going to do it. I have students that I work with, and I say to them, look, this is what you're going to do this month. I want you to do this. This is your challenge to do this month. It is not an overnight success. I repeat with me. It is not an overnight success. Marathon. Yeah, everybody say marathon. Instagram people say marathon. Facebook people say marathon. Yeah, it's a marathon. Yes, routine is tough. Routine is never, never, ever easy. Okay. And how do you reignite the motivation? This is a good one. How do you reignite the motivation? That is actually a question that was asked from one of my members in my membership. And they asked me this question because, sometimes when you are running in a marathon. I haven't run a marathon yet, but I have done, long distance run, like cross country, 800 meters, a bit more, all these different things. And I can tell you that you've literally got to have a plan. You've got to have a bit of rest. You've got to slow down. You've got to know your roots. And if you are kind of reigniting, you want to reignite that motivation so that you can start posting again. For example, this member specifically wanted to restart posting on YouTube. And what I would say to you, if you are starting to repost, to reshare your video, even if you haven't shared for a long time, don't think about it too much. Actually, don't overthink it, because the first thing that's going to stop you, go back to your plan, go back to the drawing board. Let's look at the why. If the why has slightly shifted, you need to write a different why. You need to write a different reason why you are showing up. Okay. Now, over time, my why has changed. My why is might not necessarily be because of my parents' death, but my why has changed because I have bigger dreams, I have bigger goals, I have bigger ideas. So my why has changed. So if you want to reignite the motivation and inspiration to create those videos, I want you to start reflecting. And what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the routine. Everybody say routine up in here. Routine. Hello, somebody. Hello over there. Instagram people. Hello, my Facebook and my YouTubers. Say routine. If you want to reignite the motivation and the drive to create your videos, we're going to go back to the routines. Okay. One current routine that I've been practicing actually for the last 20 odd days, actually, almost, when you do something regularly, it becomes a habit, is I've been literally practicing from a book called The Miracle Mornings by L. Rod, if I'm correct. Anyone here know The Miracle Morning? Say, yes, Matty, I know it. I know it. I've read it. Put it down in the comments. It is a really, really great book, advised and recommended by my coach. And she recommended this book. And when she recommended this book, I thought to myself, oh my God, this is a perfect book for me. This is really what I needed. And even though I already have a routine where I get up in the morning and I exercise and I might pray and meditate at different stages, I'd never thought of combining all of these different types of routines together. So in this book, it talks about having different routines like affirmations and routine such as prayer, meditation, and also routine specifically such as exercising. Yeah. Yes. The book, so I'm going to repeat this for my Instagrammers. The book is called The Miracle Morning. Let me write it down so you can see it. It's called Miracle Morning. There you go. Yeah. So exercising is really important, and visualizing. And when you do all of these, you do these 6 steps all in, all at once, it really allows you to start your day. So let me give you a little testimonial up in here. Let's go back to church, people. Let me give you a little testimonial. Okay, here we go. So since doing the miracle morning, I have started waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, listen, your girl Matty, your friend here, does not wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I do not do early hours. I am a night owl. Yeah. I have always been. I don't like getting up early in the morning. If I have to take 1 hour to get up before I go to work or an appointment, I will do that, but I don't like it. But I've been waking up between 5 and 5:30, 5:45 in the morning, and has been spending literally almost 2 hours till just before 8, or just about 8 o'clock. And it's really helped me to focus on some things. Yeah. It's really helped me um to have bigger ideas, to revisit the things that I really want to do. Now, I'm a big thinker. I'm a big visualizer. I'm that person that thinks big. Okay. So I truly believe that this has helped me. This has helped me to connect and to be more inspired to do my goal. And you realize that when you are watching this and when you are reading this book, it is asking you these questions. What kind of things do you need to do right now to make this thing happen, to be at the place that you want to be? Because that is the truth. For you to inspire others, for you to connect with people, you've got to start thinking, what is it that I need to do now? What is the plan? Is my current plan working with what I want to do? Yeah. If you are able to think that way, if you're able to to ask yourself those questions in the morning, whilst you're reflecting, whilst you're praying, whilst you're exercising, whilst you're visualizing, whilst you're speaking your affirmation, it's really going to allow you to really connect with what you are trying to achieve, with reigniting that motivation. So I truly want to encourage you to start, to find a routine, whether it's reading the book called The Miracle Morning or not, it doesn't matter, but find yourself a routine. How you doing, Instagram people? How you doing, Luina? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Today, the afro is out because I am tired of the extensions. I'm sorry. Today, the afro has to come out. Yes. So find yourself a routine. If you want to reignite that flame in you, you've got to find a routine. You've got to find other things that's going to inspire you. You've got to, maybe try something new. Try something new that's going to allow you to fall in love with what it is that you love doing again. Fall in love with what it is that you are inspired to do. Find yourself a routine. Yeah. So, quick question. Once again, I'm going to ask you, if you just joined us, once more, I want to ask you another question. Can you answer this? Between inspiration and motivation, if you had to choose how to help someone, would you inspire them or would you motivate them? Which would you choose? And why? Put it down in the comments so I can see. Put it down in the comments. Yes. How you doing, Faria? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So, I want to kind of close with this quick thing. If you haven't started or decided why you are creating your videos or showing up online, this is really the time. This is really the best time. I spent a whole year showing up on Facebook Lives And now I'm showing up on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all at once. At least I'm trying to multitask for Instagrammers. How are you doing, guys? But has been a journey which has made me realize that it has allowed me to understand my audience more, to inspire them to work with me, to ask them direct questions, to really understand and know, what it is that makes them tick, what it is that's making them, wanting, what do they want to hear? What do they want to hear about my videos? What do they want to see? And it's really helped me to grow in so many ways and get closer to them. So I want to ask you this question. If you are not creating these videos, is there a reason why? Are you a business? Are you someone that wants to share a message? Are you someone that wants to influence other people? If you're not sharing consistently, why are you not sharing consistently? You have to realize that your message is rude. Why are you not? Why have you not started? Is there a reason? I would love to know that reason. And if you want me to, I will help you to answer that reason. 30 seconds, I will answer that for you. Okay? So let me know in the comments. Carla says, inspire instead of motivate. Inspiration can last a lifetime. Motivation is more temporal. Yes, absolutely. I definitely agree with that. The people that inspire us, our mind, like, you have to realize that you have to choose. Do you want to be that person that shows up and gives a little boost, or gives a few tips? Which we're not saying that motivating is bad. What I'm saying is that you've got to make the inspiration and motivation work together, right? Because if you don't make them work together, it's only going to be, an idea. It's only going to be some kind of fantasy. You've got to make them work together. Yeah. But I like the fact that you've got to become some kind of icon in your audience's mind that they want to come and be fed with. Like when you are let me think. I'm trying to think of someone that I watch all the time. Like, there you go. E.T. Eric Thomas. Like, Eric Thomas is always talking about things that inspires you. I mean, he's loud and loud, and he's really out there, but he talks a lot of sense. He talks a lot of wisdom. And when I watch this video, I want to come back and watch, because there's so much that I'm learning. It's feeding my soul. So you've got to realize that inspiration, you are feeding your audience. You showing up on video is feeding your audience. So learn to build that so that you can continue to feed your audience, and add the motivation so you can challenge them to take action. Yes? Are you with me on that? Yes. Let me see what my Instagrammers have to say. Yes, Racer says, you feel discouraged, especially when you have negative thoughts. Absolutely, I agree. Therefore, you don't post that often. Totally. I totally agree. But what I want you to think about is when you're deciding to share. I posted a video earlier on last week, actually end of last week, which was the reason why we don't share. We don't share because we have self-worth issues. We do not believe in ourselves. You see, if I didn't believe in myself, if I didn't, believe in myself, I wouldn't be showing up here on video, because I used to be terrified of videos. Okay, like this is real talk. Okay, I used to be terrified of videos. I'm gonna do my next video is me literally reacting to myself on camera. I'm sure you guys want to see that, right? Oh, I'm gonna roast myself. See, I'm getting embarrassed. So when I was doing that, I literally, I'm as I said, I am an introvert. Like, believe it or not, I am, and I didn't want to do this. But if I had to wait to start feeling like doing this, then I wouldn't have built a connection with my audience. I wouldn't be able to run a membership. I wouldn't be able to run a course. And in the last 2 years, I've run 2 courses, which is amazing. I've created a course for a big startup organization in Europe, in France actually, with hundreds and thousands of students. And then I created my own course. And then I've also launched a membership. And all of these things came because up. And all of these things came because I kept showing up, even when I didn't feel like it, even when, I was discouraged. Sometimes there were times when there was one person showing up to my live, watching my videos, and I was like, one person watching my videos. But I've learned over time that I don't need to be watching the number. I don't need to be waiting for other people to show up for me. I'm going to show up for me so that you guys can show up for me. Did you hear that? I am going to show up for me. You guys can show up for me. I want you to write this down. Write this quote down. I'm going to show up for me so that my audience can show up for me. Because when you show up first, everything will start to show up. Okay? And it's all about you taking the action. It's all about you making it happen. Yeah? You show up and the rest will start showing up. All right, my lovely people. Okay. That is all the time we have for today. But before we go, thank you, my lovely. You love that. I love it too. Before we go, if you want to connect with me, hello, my darling. If you want to connect with me, please make sure that if you follow me on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're about to hit 460 subscribers. We are going to the 500 subscribers, baby. If you're watching Instagram, go and subscribe to my channel and go and follow me because I post awesome content. Everybody say awesome content. You know it. I will make you excited. I will get you out there and I will bring you the learning that you need. Okay, so make sure you go follow me and subscribe to my channel on YouTube and share it. That's how you can connect with me. You can also connect with me on Instagram if you want to get to know me. But for those of you who really want to take their business or their audience to the next level, okay, listen carefully. I'm talking to you. Yes, Instagrammers. Yes, Facebookers. Yes, if you truly want to grow, if you are a shy or ready person or leader, and you know that you have the potential to bring something new, this is how you get in touch with me. Okay, I'm going to put a link at the end of this video. What you can do is you can either go through that link and book a session with me and come and talk to me, guide you through how to take your audience from that non-visible place to that visible place, how to become more engaging with your members in your events, your attendees, how to grow your audience on YouTube. I'm going to help you to do that. Okay, you can also DM me on Instagram if you're watching me on Instagram and say, hello, Matty, I need that help, and I will give you that link, everything right here. Like, I come here every Tuesday willing and give you all this content because you know about this. But for you guys who are serious, really want to make a change, who are ready to change, guess what? Come and talk to me. I dare you. I challenge you today. Come and talk to me. DM me, okay? DM me and say, hey, Matty, I need your help. Say, DM me and say, Matty, I need to be better on camera. I need to grow my audience online through video. I need to deliver a message. I need to create a authentic message so I can share on stage, offline, online, anywhere. Yeah? What did I say? Come and talk to me. All right. So, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. You guys have been so awesome. Do you guys, Instagrammers, do you guys want me to come back on Tuesday again next week so I can do this? We're going to try and make it happen. I don't know yet, but we will. But if you want to see me again, I'm here every Tuesday from 7 p.m. on Real Talk Tuesday, YouTube, Facebook, and sometimes on Instagram. Yeah. But I'm going to try to be a bit more regular. Come and see me here next Tuesday. And if you have any questions, make sure that you leave a comment and I will answer that question. We are here next Tuesday and we're still talking about inspiration, how to make your videos and your content pop. Okay, my lovelies. You have a wonderful evening. You are fab. You're fabulous. Thank you very much. See you very soon.